Lahore, 11:47 p.m. A letter from the medical board sits on your desk. Your daughter, 7 years old. Spinal surgery. 46 days until the procedure window closes. 380,000 rupees you do not have. One envelope was slid under your chamber door this morning. You have not opened it yet. You open it now. Level 1, the compromised clerk. You are 31 years old, newly appointed as an additional sessions judge in a mid-tier district court. Your salary is documented. Your debts are not. Every morning you review case files in a room that smells of damp paper and old ink. You sign adjournments. You schedule hearings. You stamp bail applications with a rubber seal that costs more than it should to move quickly. The envelope contained a name, a case number, and a figure with 4 zeros. You do not grant the bail outright. You simply delay the opposing paperwork by 9 days. Nothing is written anywhere that points to you. The money clears your daughter's first installment. You tell yourself this is the last time. The man who sent the envelope sends a second one 3 weeks later with no note inside, only a case number. Level 2, the cooperating hand. You are 32. The second envelope becomes a pattern. You are not yet part of anything. You are simply a judge who can be reached. A mid-level property lawyer named Shahid begins appearing in your courtroom on routine matters. After hearings, he walks past your clerk and leaves a sealed document folder. The folder contains a mobile phone, prepaid, to be used once and discarded. Instructions come as voice messages. You listen and delete. A land acquisition case involving a connected developer needs a specific procedural outcome. You cite an obscure technicality in your written order that delays the opposing parties standing by 60 days. The order is legally defensible. It is reviewed by no one who matters. If you refuse a case, Shahid mentions, in passing, your daughter's hospital records, your loan defaults, your bar association membership renewal. Nothing is a threat. It is simply information he has. You understand now that the first envelope was not an offer. It was a purchase. Level 3, the fixed bench. You are 34. You have now ruled in favor of arranged outcomes in 11 cases across 2 districts. The cases are never dramatic. No murders. No headlines. Property disputes. Commercial contracts. Licensing violations. You learn that invisible corruption does not look like a villain in a film. It looks like a judgment that reads correctly and means the opposite. You are given a second phone. This one is encrypted with an application you did not install yourself. Messages appear, are read, and dissolve in 40 seconds. You reply in single words. Yes. Noted. Done. The network around you has no visible center. You do not know who the ultimate client is. You are not meant to. One evening, a junior advocate you trust pulls you aside and says a colleague in Faisalabad was recently transferred for suspicious rulings. You listen. You nod. You say nothing. That night you review your last 11 orders and find them clean on paper. Your daughter walks without assistance for the first time in 14 months. You have now been inside long enough that outside no longer fully exists. Level 4, the protector. You are 36. You have been elevated to a senior position in a sessions court covering a commercially dense district. You are now protecting people, not just outcomes. A transport contractor whose vehicles move undeclared cargo along the GT Road corridor has 3 pending cases in your court. All 3 are procedurally stalled. You do not dismiss them. Dismissal creates a record of finality. You adjourn. You request supplementary documentation. You raise jurisdictional questions that require months to answer. The cases age until the witnesses lose interest or relocate. A police officer named Raza visits your chambers with a file he says was misfiled. He is not there about the file. He is there to tell you that a narcotics directorate officer has been asking questions about case scheduling patterns in your court. Raza leaves. The file stays. You understand the visit was an audit. You pass the audit by doing nothing differently. 3 weeks later, Raza is transferred to a border posting and you never see him again. The people you protect do not thank you. Protection is assumed. Failure carries a different response. Level 5, the network node. You are 39. You no longer receive instructions by phone. You receive them through other judges. There is a loose and unspoken formation across 7 district courts in the province. No meetings. No documents. No shared organization that could be named or photographed. Only a shared understanding of which cases move and which cases stall. You are now the person who passes understanding to two judges below you the way it was once passed to you. A high court advocate named Mina acts as your interface for the upper tier. She is clean on paper. She argues cases. She wins cases. She also, on occasion, tells you which appellate judge is reviewing a particular transfer petition and what that judge expects to find. You adjust your lower court record accordingly before the file reaches the appellate level. A junior clerk in your office begins staying late on days when sensitive files are active. You have him reassigned within the week. He files a complaint with the Judicial Oversight Board. The complaint is reviewed by a colleague in the same network. The complaint is closed as unfounded. You feel nothing about this. That is when you understand what has been done to the part of you that used to feel. Level 6. The Architect. You are 43. You are now positioned inside a high court bench. The work is no longer about individual cases. It is about placement. Which judges sit on which benches? Which benches handle which categories of case? You consult informally on appointments. You raise or suppress names during internal evaluations. A judge who cannot be reached is flagged as difficult and routed away from sensitive commercial benches. A judge who is cooperative is described as thorough and placed accordingly. You have never signed a document connecting you to this. You have never attended a meeting that was recorded. Everything operates through professional courtesy and institutional discretion. At a judicial conference in Islamabad, you sit 2 seats from a man you have never spoken to directly. He passes you a program booklet. Inside the booklet, folded into the back cover, is a slip of paper with a case number and 2 words. Final outcome. You return to your court, and it is done in 6 weeks. Your daughter is married now. She does not know what paid for her spine or her wedding. You have not slept past 4 in the morning in 2 years. The man who passed you the booklet is found dead of a cardiac event in a Karachi hotel room 4 months later. His name is never connected to yours, but you know what his death means. Someone above him decided the chain needed shortening. Level 7. The Untouchable. You are 47. On paper you are a model jurist. Citations. Awards. A profile in a legal journal calling you a guardian of procedural integrity. You now sit on a division bench reviewing constitutional petitions. 3 active anti-corruption tribunals in the province are supervised under your administrative oversight. You do not interfere with their investigations directly. You interfere with their jurisdiction. A procedural challenge here. A venue question there. A stay order granted on narrow grounds that takes 14 months to dissolve. A federal agency begins a parallel financial intelligence review. They are looking at asset declarations across the judiciary. Your declared assets are modest. Your real position is held through relatives, through offshore nominee structures in jurisdictions your daughter's husband manages from a Dubai address. The review finds nothing. An investigative journalist begins calling your court's administrative office asking routine questions about case scheduling timelines. She publishes a short piece. It names no one. It only charts statistical patterns. You read it once. You do not respond to it. You do not need to. Her editor is someone you know through a mutual contact. The follow-up piece is never published. You are not powerful because you control people. You are powerful because the system has been restructured so that it protects itself, and you are inside the structure. The journalist's source inside your court disappears from employment records 2 months later. Level 8. The Exposure. You are 51. A joint investigation between the Federal Investigation Agency and an international anti-corruption unit has been running for 22 months. You did not know this. The first sign is a surveillance vehicle you notice twice outside your residential colony. The second sign is a colleague who stops returning calls. The third sign is Mina, who sends a single message on a platform you haven't used in years. The message says, "Leave." You do not leave. You have been untouchable for too long to believe otherwise. 6 weeks later, your chambers are searched under a sealed warrant issued by a judge outside your network. The search team removes hard drives, paper files, and a mobile device registered to a name that is not yours. An asset recovery order freezes accounts in 4 institutions. Your son-in-law's Dubai address is named in a concurrent inquiry by a foreign financial intelligence unit. You are suspended pending investigation. You appear before a special judicial tribunal in a city you have never worked in. The courtroom is smaller than yours. The air smells of the same damp paper. You sit where defendants used to sit. Your daughter visits you once before the trial date is set. She does not ask questions. You do not offer answers. She leaves after 11 minutes. The tribunal convicts on 4 counts of criminal misconduct, abuse of judicial authority, and money laundering facilitation. 14 years. The prison is in a district you once had administrative oversight over. The last thing the presiding judge says before closing the session is procedural. No one in the room looks at you directly. You built a system designed to protect itself. It did. It protected itself from you.